All right, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along, you know that the biggest thing about my channel is just about investing, retirement planning, and saving for retirement, and all those adjacent topics. But that also means that I tend to follow the economy and economic data pretty closely, and I use a variety of tools to help me look at it, analyze it, process it, and just think about it. And I like to do a lot of that programming in Python to help me process the data, as well as using Excel. But today I'm going to talk about a Python app that I've developed that helps me to look at a broad array of economic data. So one of the best sources of economic data on the web is actually quite freely available, and it's from the US government, so anybody can make use of it. It's called FRED. It comes from the Federal Reserve, and it actually stands for Federal Reserve Economic Data, and it's from the St. Louis Federal Reserve. And you can go to their site, and as long as you know the name of the data series that you're looking for, you can pull the data and do whatever you want with it. But it can be quite daunting. So one of the things I did is to develop a program, and let me go ahead and show it to you right here. It's written in Python, and it's a GUI application that basically grabs data from the Federal Reserve and then graph it and allows you to do a bunch of things with it. But the reason that I love programming in Python is that I can do so much with so little code. So this entire program, I think, is less than 200 lines, so there we are, 199. But it does a lot. So let's go ahead and run it and take a look at it. So as you start up, it loads up a data series and it plots it according to the years that are entered. So I started by just putting in a start year of 2015 and then going to the end of 2024. Let me go ahead and make this bigger so that we can see it fill up the screen here. But once you fill in the date and the series that you're looking for, it goes out to the Federal Reserve, grab the data, and plots it for you. And then from there, you can zoom in, take a picture of it. So if I were to zoom in into like this particular section of the chart, I can. It'll zoom into just that specific time frame and allow me to really look at it in detail. But the drop down here allows me to go and look at all of these data sources. And this is just it looks like it's a lot, but it's really just a small sliver of what the Federal Reserve provide. It's basically what I'm interested in. So the news this week was on core PCE, which is personal consumption expenditure. And it's gone up. So, you know, that's why everybody's concerned. But the other thing that is of interest to people who invest in the market is the federal funds rate. So if I were to plot this, you can see that from 2015 to 2024, there was a huge rise, right? For most of the last 9 years or so, the Fed funds rate has been below 3%. But post-pandemic in 2022, when inflation was just going really hot as we were exiting it, it shot up. So you can clearly see it. If I were to extend this back to like, I don't know, 2000 and graph that, you'll see that it's been quite low since the great financial recession and kind of stayed there for the most part. It went up, but not really all that much. You know, 2.5% or whatever is still very low compared to historical means. But you know, if I were to take this back to like, I don't know, 1980, we'll see if they have data for that. But let's take a look. They do, going back to 80. You know, at some point it was in the high teens because we were fighting inflation, but then it started going, you know, down again. But that's the great thing about doing something like this in Python is that with just very little code, you can go ahead and just grab data from the Federal Reserve, plot it, make use of it, do whatever else you want to do with it. So I just wanted to kind of share that and let you see what I'm doing with Python. If there's interest in this code, I may load it onto my OneDrive and make it publicly available, but it's a short program. You can probably figure out how to do it yourself by Googling and doing all that. But Python is great. I do hope you take advantage of it, and thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one. Later.